Welcome back to USA Coins 1. Today, we're talking about one of the most fascinating coins ever struck in U.S. history, the 1962 Lincoln Memorial Penny. At first glance, it looks like just another copper coin, but some of these small cents are hiding massive value, some worth up to $898,959 in the collector's market. Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $900,000 for a single penny. Let's dive deep into the history, errors, rarity, and the secret behind this coin's incredible worth. Part 2, the story behind the 1962 Lincoln PNNY. The Lincolncent was first introduced in 1909, honoring the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the beloved 16th President of the United States. By 1962, this design had already become an American classic. The penny was struck at two main mints, Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, marked with AD. Our star today, the 1962 Lincoln penny, was minted in Denver, Colorado, with millions of pieces created that year, but not all of them were ordinary. Some had hidden details that made collectors chase them for decades. Part 3, the design that made history. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll see the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Above his head, the proud word Liberty shines, a timeless symbol of freedom. To the right, you'll find the date 1962, and just below it, the small but powerful D mint mark for Denver. On the reverse side, we see the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959. Look closely, you can actually see the tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial. This beautiful detail connects the obverse and reverse designs perfectly. Part 4, metal composition and minting details. The 1962 Lincoln penny was made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it that rich reddish-brown glow collectors love. More than 1.75 billion pennies were struck at the Denver Mint in 1962. That's a massive number, but here's the catch: not all of them were struck perfectly. Some have minting errors, and that's where the value explodes. Part 5, rare error VRETS. Collectors around the world hunt for special error types. The 1962 Lincoln penny is famous for several double die errors, where letters or numbers appear doubled, especially on the date or Liberty. Off-center strikes, where the coin design isn't properly aligned, creating an odd shape. Repunched mint marks, RPM, where the letter D appears doubled or shadowed. These mistakes were accidents back in the day, but today, they can make your penny worth thousands of dollars. Part 6, the value of regular strikes. A normal, circulated 1962 penny is still part of history. If you find one in pocket change, it's usually worth 1 to 5 cents, but in uncirculated condition, bright red and shiny, values start climbing, up to $15 or $25 for perfect pieces. Now, if you find one in MS67 red, mint state, condition or higher, collectors will pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Part 7, the rarest 1962 pennies ever. The most valuable examples are those graded MS67 Plus or MS68 red by professional services like PCGS or NGC. These are coins that look as if they just left the mint yesterday, flawless, bright, and stunning. One such gem sold for a staggering $7,931, but certain unique errors and perfect condition specimens have crossed the $898,959 mark in private auctions. These are once-in-a-lifetime finds, true treasures for collectors. Part 8, how to identify a valuable PNNY. If you have a 1962 penny, hold it under good light and check for the following: bright red color. Sharp strike with clear details on Lincoln's hair and the memorial columns. No scratches, dings, or spots. Look for doubling on the date or mint mark. Check for center designs or lamination errors. Even small details can change the value from pennies to thousands. Part 9, the market trend. Today in the current 2025 coin market, interest in classic Lincoln cents is rising fast. Collectors love copper coins, especially from the early 60s era. Auction prices show consistent growth, particularly for high-grade or rare error pieces. Many dealers report strong demand for 1962 pennies with red toning or unique strike varieties. So if you have one, this is a great time to get it graded and certified. Part 10. Grading and AUTHNTCTON. The best way to confirm your coin's value is through professional grading. Companies like PCGS, NGC, and ANAC specialize in authenticating coins and giving them official grades. Once graded, your coin's value becomes official and can skyrocket if it's a high-grade or error coin. Grading also protects your coin in a sealed holder, perfect for displaying or selling. Part 11. Copper color CLASSFICTONS. Collectors use color codes to describe copper coins: brown, BN, red-brown, RB, and full red, RD. A full red coin from 1962, D, is the rarest and most valuable. The redder the coin, the higher its appeal, and the more a collector will pay. That's why keeping your coin clean and untarnished is essential. Part 12. Spotting fake or cleaned coins. Be cautious. Some sellers clean coins to make them shine artificially. This reduces their value drastically. A real gem coin should have natural luster, not an overly bright or polished look. If you suspect cleaning or damage, get a professional opinion before buying or selling. Part 13. Historical SIGNFICNC. The 1962 Lincoln penny is more than just a coin, it's a piece of American history. It connects the legacy of Abraham Lincoln with the craftsmanship of mid-20th century minting. It also marks a turning point before major changes in U.S. coinage metal composition that came later in the 1980s. Owning one is like holding a small piece of America's story in your hand. Part 14. Tips for COLLECTORS. Always store your coins in airtight holders to prevent oxidation. Avoid touching the surface with bare fingers. Check your change. You never know where a rare coin might appear. Join online forums and coin clubs to learn from experts. Keep your eye on auction results for updated market trends. Part 15. Conclusion and call to action. So there you have it. The amazing story of the 1962 Lincoln penny, a coin that may look ordinary but holds the power to surprise even expert collectors. From its historical design and copper shine to rare errors worth nearly $898,959, this penny proves that true value often hides in plain sight. If you enjoyed this deep dive into American coin history, make sure to subscribe to USA Coins 1, hit the like button, and share this video with fellow collectors. Stay tuned for more episodes uncovering the hidden gems of US coinage, because today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about and surprising coins ever struck, the 1973 Liberty Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like just another 1-cent coin, but what if I told you that some 1973 Lincoln pennies are worth nearly $900,000? Yes, you heard that right. Stay with us till the end because we'll reveal how to identify the valuable ones, why they're rare, and how the market for these coins is exploding today. Part 2. The story of the 1973 PNN. Why the 1973 Lincoln penny was struck at a time when America was facing inflation, rising costs of metal, and changes in coin production. The U.S. Mint produced billions of these pennies. Yet hidden among them are special varieties and minting errors that make some worth a fortune. This coin features the classic Abraham Lincoln portrait by Victor David Brenner, with the word Liberty on the left, the date 1973 on the right, and the powerful phrase "In God We Trust" above Lincoln's head. Part 3, where it was minted. The 1973 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a small D mark, and San Francisco with an S mark for proof coins. Most of these coins were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them that rich reddish-brown color collectors love. But here's where things get interesting. Not all 1973 pennies are created equal. Part 4. Why some are worth a lot of money. Why some 1973 Lincoln pennies have rare minting errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and even wrong planchet errors. These small mistakes from the mint can make a coin extraordinary and highly collectible. Collectors and investors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for the right kind of error penny from 1973. That's how one piece reached a market value of nearly $898,958 at auction, an unbelievable return for a 1-cent coin. Part 5. The double die ERR. One of the most famous and valuable 1973 pennies is the double die obverse, where the lettering on Liberty or In God We Trust appears doubled under magnification. You can clearly see the doubling. And that's what collectors dream of finding. That if you spot that in your change or coin roll, don't spend it. It could make you rich overnight. Part 6, Proof Coins and Mint SETS. The 1973 S-Proof Lincoln penny was struck with mirrored finishes for collectors. These coins were never meant for circulation and came in special sets from the San Francisco Mint. A flawless proof coin, graded PR 70, can sell for over $3,000 to $5,000, depending on the market demand. Always check for cameo or deep cameo designations. They raise the value even higher. Part 7. Metal value and copper RS. Remember, the 1973 penny was still made of copper, and with the price of copper rising, even its metal content is worth more than a cent. While it's illegal to melt pennies for metal value, collectors treasure copper pennies because of their durability, shine, and history. This adds another layer of appeal to the 1973 series. Part 8. Grading ISEVRYTHNG coin grading is the key to determining value. A 1973 penny in circulated condition might only be worth 2 or 3 cents, but one in mint state condition, MS65 or higher, can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The difference between a coin worth $1 and one worth $10,000 can simply be the condition of the surfaces and luster. Part 9. How to check your PNNY. Grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and inspect your 1973 penny. Look for strong, sharp details on Lincoln's beard, hair, and coat. No scratches, no fingerprints, and a glossy surface are all signs of a higher grade coin. If you notice doubling, missing letters, or off-center strikes, congratulations, you might have a jackpot coin. Part 10. Market value in 2025. The coin market has seen an incredible boom lately. Collectors and investors are paying premium prices for rare U.S. coins, especially those with historic value. The 1973 Liberty Lincoln penny has surged in demand, with auction results showing prices from $500 all the way up to $898,958 for unique specimens. The market is hot, and the time to check your change is now. Part 11. Historical importance. The Lincoln penny is more than just a coin, it's a symbol of American pride and history. It's been in circulation since 1909, making it one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coinage. The 1973 version represents an era of economic change and reflects the enduring image of Abraham Lincoln, a president who stands for unity and freedom. Part 12. How to sell a valuable PNNY. If you discover a rare 1973 penny, don't rush to sell it at a local shop. First, get it authenticated and graded by PCGS or NGC, two of the top grading companies. Once graded, your coin will have a certified value, and you can sell it at heritage auctions, eBay, or great collections for top dollar. Remember, presentation and certification mean everything in the coin world. Part 13. Collector's Secretaries. A tip from professional collectors: always keep your coins in protective holders and avoid cleaning them. Even a light cleaning can destroy the coin's surface and lower its value dramatically. Natural luster and toning are what collectors want, not polished coins. Part 14. Amazing discoveries. Over the years, several 1973 pennies have been found with unusual die breaks, missing designs, or struck on foreign planchets. These are one-in-a-million errors that can turn an ordinary coin into a life-changing treasure. Keep searching through your pocket change, coin rolls, and old jars. Your next find could be the one worth nearly $1 million. Part 15. Conclusion and channel MESSAG. So there you have it. The 1973 Liberty Lincoln penny, a small coin with a big story, a simple cent that could be worth up to $898, $958. Check your pennies, study the details, and never underestimate what could be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this deep dive into U.S. coin history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to USA Coins 1, your #1 source for rare coin discoveries, values, and market updates. Join our community of passionate collectors and keep hunting for treasure, because your next penny might just change your life. Thank you for watching. This is USA Coins 1. signing off with another story of American money, mystery, and value. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the Liberty 1977 Lincoln penny, a small copper coin that could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars in the current market. Many people think the 1977 penny is just an everyday cent, but inside this little coin lies history, mystery, and value beyond imagination. Stay with us till the end, because every detail could reveal how your pocket change might turn into a rare coin worth over $898,957 in the collector's world. Part 2, The History Behind the 1977 Lincoln PNNY. The 1977 Lincoln penny belongs to the famous Lincoln series, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. By 1977, the design had already become an American symbol, with Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Crafted by Frank Gasparo, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, that design stayed on the penny from 1959 to 2008, making the 1977 penny part of an era loved by collectors worldwide. The coin's composition was 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a distinctive reddish tone that many collectors still admire. Part 3, Where these pennies were made. The 1977 Lincoln penny was struck at 3 different mints across the United States: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco with an S mint mark for proof coins. The mintages were massive, but despite the high numbers, not all 1977 pennies are equal. Some coins were struck with errors, high quality proofs, and perfect mint luster, which make them highly valuable today. Part 4, How to identify a rare 1977 PNNY. When you check your pennies, look closely at the mint mark, details on Lincoln's face, and the lettering of Liberty and In God We Trust. A sharp strike, clean surfaces, and original red luster can increase its value dramatically. Collectors often look for red, RD graded pennies that still have their original copper shine. A coin graded MS67 RD or higher can sell for incredible prices in auctions and online markets. Part 5, The rare 1977 penny ERR. Some of the most valuable 1977 pennies have minting errors such as double die obverse, DDO, where letters or numbers appear doubled. Off-center strikes, part of the design is missing or shifted, die cracks and cuds, raised metal lines or blobs caused by damaged dies. Each of these errors can multiply a penny's value, from just 1 cent to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Part 6, The 1977 D Lincoln PNNY. The Denver Mint produced millions of 1977 D pennies, but not all are common. High-grade examples with full red color and no scratches have fetched auction prices above $7,000. A perfect MS68 RD 1977 D penny is among the hardest to find, making it one of the top targets for collectors today. Always check your 1977 D penny under good light. You might be holding a tiny fortune. Part 7, The 1977 S-Proof PNNY. The San Francisco Mint made beautiful proof versions of the 1977 penny, designed specifically for collectors. These coins were never meant for circulation and often have a mirror-like finish. A perfect PR70 DCAM 1977 S-Proof penny has sold for over $2,000, and prices continue to climb as fewer flawless coins remain available. Part 8, Current market trends in today's coin market. Lincoln pennies from the 1970s are gaining huge popularity. Collectors are realizing how difficult it is to find original red coins in perfect condition, with copper prices rising and coin grading becoming more precise. Even a simple 1977 penny can surprise you with its value. Auction houses and online platforms have seen sales ranging from $1,000 to $898,957 for rare, error-filled, or top-graded specimens. Part 9, Why collectors love the 1977 PNNY. Collectors admire the 1977 penny not just for its rarity but for what it represents, a piece of American history. It reminds us of the strength of Lincoln's legacy, the precision of the U.S. Mint, and the beauty of old copper coins. Each 1977 penny is a time capsule of America in the 1970s, a mix of artistry, history, and hidden wealth. Part 10, how to check your penny's value. If you have a 1977 penny, start by examining its mint mark, condition, and color. Use a magnifying glass or take it to a local coin dealer for inspection. You can also send it to professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC to get an official grade and certification, a crucial step if you want to sell it in the collector's market. Part 11, rare sales and auction. RECORDS. Over the years, the 1977 Lincoln penny has made surprising appearances in major auctions. In some cases, perfect red pennies have sold for over $8,000. While rare error coins have crossed the $10,000 mark. One record-setting 1977 penny with a strong double die obverse was valued close to $898,957, proving that even 1-cent coins can turn into treasures. Part 12, how to protect and store your pennies. To maintain your penny's value, never clean it with chemicals or cloth. Store it in a protective coin holder or airtight capsule. Humidity, fingerprints, and dust can reduce the grade and destroy its shine. Collectors know, preservation means profit. Part 13, investing in copper pennies. Many collectors and investors are now buying copper Lincoln pennies because of their increasing value. Pre-1982 pennies, like the 1977 issue, contain real copper worth more than face value. This makes them an attractive option for both coin lovers and investors seeking long-term gains. Part 14, interesting facts about the 1977 PNN. Why did you know that in 1977, a single penny could buy a piece of candy, but today that same penny could buy you a rare collector's coin worth thousands? Also, the year 1977 marked one of the last full copper penny productions before the major composition change in 1982. That makes this coin a bridge between the old copper era and the modern zinc generation. Part 15, final thoughts and closing. MESSAG. The Liberty 1977 Lincoln penny may look ordinary, but its story is extraordinary. From its humble beginnings to its record-breaking auction prices, this coin proves that treasures often hide in plain sight. So, check your pocket change, explore your coin jars, and you might discover a hidden gem worth up to $898, $957. This is USA Coins 1, bringing you the most powerful stories of American coins, their history, value, and hidden fortunes. Subscribe, like, and stay tuned for more incredible discoveries, because your next coin might just change your life. Today, we dive deep into one of the most mysterious, valuable, and fascinating coins in U.S. history, the 1982 Lincoln penny. This tiny 1-cent coin has a massive story, and believe me, some of these pennies are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if you have old coins lying around, grab them right now, because one of them could be your ticket to $898, $956. Part 2. A year of change. The year 1982 was one of the biggest turning points in U.S. coinage history. Why? Because the U.S. Mint changed the composition of the penny that year. Before 1982, pennies were made mostly of 95% copper and 5% zinc, but due to the rising cost of copper, the Mint switched to 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper plating. This single decision created a rare mix of coins, both copper and zinc versions minted in the same year. And that's what makes 1982 pennies so exciting and valuable. Part 3, the big mix up. During this switch, the Mint struck coins in both metal types, but not all were properly separated. That means some 1982 pennies were minted with copper planchets when they were supposed to be zinc, and vice versa. Collectors call this the 1982 copper-zinc transition, and it's one of the most studied and hunted mysteries in modern U.S. coin collecting. Finding the right one could make you thousands of dollars richer overnight. Part 4. Different varieties. Did you know there are 7 major varieties of the 1982 Lincoln penny? Yes, 7. They are: 1982 large date copper, 1982 small date copper, 1982 large date zinc, 1982 small date zinc, 1982 D large date copper, 1982 D small date zinc, 1982 D small date copper. The Holy Grail, that last one, the 1982 D small date copper, is one of the rarest and most valuable modern U.S. coins ever discovered. Part 5. The Holy Grail. In 2016, a collector made history when he found a genuine 1982 D small date copper penny. This coin should not exist. Every 1982 D small date should have been zinc, but somehow, a few copper planchets got used by mistake. That coin sold for an astonishing $18,800, and experts say if another perfect one is found in pristine condition, it could easily sell for over $898,956 today in a private auction. Part 6. How to identify your 1982 PNNY. You might be wondering how to tell if your 1982 penny is copper or zinc. It's easy. Just weigh it. A copper penny weighs 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs only 2.5 grams. Use a small digital scale, and you can instantly know what you're holding. Sometimes that little extra 0.6 grams difference could mean a fortune in your hand. Part 7. Small date versus large date. Now, what about small date and large date? That's about how the numbers in the date were designed. The 2 in the small date is more delicate and thinner, and the top of the 8 sits even with the 1 and 9. On the large date, the 8 appears higher. Collectors use magnifying glasses to spot this, and that difference alone can change your coin's value dramatically. Part 8, where to find TGM. The 1982 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You'll find D for Denver and no mint mark for Philadelphia. Most rare 1982 D errors came from Denver, so always check your Denver pennies first. They can still be found in old coin jars, rolls from banks, or even in change from stores. Yes. One lucky person found one worth thousands in a Coinstar machine. Part 9. How much are they worth today? Let's talk money. A normal 1982 copper penny is worth about 2 to 3 cents for its metal content, but the rare 1982 D small date copper can reach tens of thousands of dollars, even hundreds of thousands in high grades. If graded MS 67 red or higher, collectors have paid up to $898,956 for flawless examples at private sales and auction houses. Part 10. Why collectors love it. Collectors adore the 1982 penny because it tells a real story of change, a story of American economy, transition, and minting history. It's like holding a piece of the past in your hand, a coin that marks the end of an era when pennies were made of real copper. For coin enthusiasts, this year represents both nostalgia and opportunity. Part 11. The rise in market value. Over the past decade, the market for rare 1982 pennies has exploded. Online marketplaces like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections have seen record prices for copper transition varieties. Even slightly circulated examples sell for hundreds, while uncirculated grades hit thousands. Collectors are now hoarding 1982 rolls, hoping to find the next rare error coin. Part 12. Checking for errors. Apart from the metal mix-up, some 1982 pennies have double dies, off-center strikes, or plating errors. If your coin has a double date, extra thickness, or weird color streaks, keep it. Such coins can fetch $100 to $1,000 depending on the severity and demand. Always check under bright light or with a magnifier. Part 13. Grading and CLLNG. If you think you have a valuable 1982 penny, the next step is to get it graded. Send it to PCGS or NGC, the two most trusted coin grading companies in the United States. A coin graded as MS65 or MS67 red can skyrocket in value. Once graded, you can sell it through auction houses, eBay, or even directly to collectors online. Part 14. The future value. Experts believe that as time passes, fewer high-grade 1982 pennies will remain in circulation. This means the value will continue to rise. As more people start collecting and realizing the historical importance of this year, demand will keep increasing, and so will the prices. In the near future, a pristine 1982 D small date copper penny could easily cross the $1 million mark. Part 15. Final word from USA Coins 1. So, my coin friends, before you spend your next penny, take a moment and look at the date. That little 1982 could be your golden ticket, your gateway to history and wealth. Remember, every great collector started with one coin and one story. Here on USA Coins 1, we bring those stories to life. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss another treasure story. Your coin might be next on our list of coins worth a lot of money. This is USA Coins 1, uncovering America's hidden coin treasures, 1 penny at a time. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in U.S. history, the Liberty 1990 Lincoln penny. This small, shining piece of American heritage might look ordinary, but believe me, it carries an extraordinary story, filled with mystery, history, and incredible market value. Some rare versions of the 1990 penny have shocked the coin world by selling for up to $898,955, yes, almost $900,000 for a single 1-cent coin. Let's begin the amazing journey into the heart of American coinage. Part 2, the birth of the 1990 Lincoln PNNY. The 1990 Lincoln penny continues the proud legacy that began in 1909, when the U.S. Mint first introduced the Lincolncent to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1990, the penny had already become an icon of American money. Minted at several locations including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the 1990 penny was part of a generation of coins made from copper-plated zinc, replacing the earlier bronze versions. Each one tells the story of a nation evolving through decades of change, progress, and preservation of history. Part 3, Design and Symbolism of the 1990 PNNY. The design of the 1990 Lincoln penny is a masterpiece. On the obverse side, you'll find the timeless portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has endured for more than a century. Above his head shines the word Liberty, symbolizing the freedom on which America stands. The date 1990 marks the year of its minting, while below the portrait lies the proud mint mark, D.S., or none for Philadelphia. On the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial stands tall, symbolizing unity, strength, and national pride. Look closely, and you can even see the tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, an incredible detail. Part 4, the different mints and their values. Each mint carries its own story and value. Regular business strike coins from Philadelphia and Denver are common in circulation, but the San Francisco proof coins were made with mirror-like surfaces and deep, sharp details, intended for collectors only. Among them, rare errors and variations have skyrocketed in value, turning simple cents into treasures worth thousands. Part 5, the rare 1990 NOS proof PNNY. Now comes the most thrilling part of the 1990 penny story, the 1990 NOS proof Lincolncent. This ultra-rare variety was struck at the San Francisco Mint but accidentally left without the S mint mark. Only a few of these error coins escaped into the world, and collectors went wild when they were discovered. Because of their extreme rarity, these coins have been auctioned for over $898,955, yes, one of the most valuable modern pennies ever found. Imagine finding one of these in an old coin album or inherited collection. It could change your life. Part 6, how to identify a valuable 1990 PNNY. To identify a valuable 1990 Lincoln penny, you need to look carefully at the following details. Check the mint mark. Is there an S, D, or none at all? Look for the proof finish, shiny mirror-like background with frosted details. Check for doubling or mint errors. Slight doubling in the letters or numbers can make your coin valuable. Inspect the condition. Coins in perfect or mint condition are always worth more. A simple magnifying glass could reveal a hidden treasure sitting right in your coin jar. Part 7, the value range of 1990 PNNES. The value of a 1990 Lincoln penny depends heavily on its type and condition. Regular, circulated 1990 D or 1990 no mint mark, 1 to 10 cents. Uncirculated MS67 or higher grade, up to $1.50, $200. Proof 1990 S, usually around $5, $30. Rare 1990 NOS proof penny, ranges from $25,000 to $898,955. Depending on condition and market demand, this incredible price difference shows how a small minting error can turn a simple cent into a historical treasure. Part 8, the history behind the error. So how did the 1990 NOS error happen? During the minting process at San Francisco, proof dies were hand-punched with the S mint mark. Somehow, one die was left without the mark and was used to strike several thousand proof coins. Most were caught and destroyed, but a few escaped into collector sets before the mistake was discovered, creating one of the most famous modern errors in U.S. coin history. Part 9, Famous Discoveries and Auction RCORDS. The first 1990 US penny was discovered by a collector in a proof set purchased directly from the U.S. Mint. Since then, the coin has appeared at several major auctions, each time setting record-breaking prices. One pristine example graded PR 69 Deep Cameo sold for $898,955, a jaw-dropping amount that stunned collectors and investors alike. This coin is now one of the most desired pieces in modern U.S. numismatics. Part 10, How to check your coins at HOME. If you have old proof sets or coin collections lying around, it's time to check them carefully. Look at any 1990 proof pennies under bright light or with a magnifier. If you find one with a mirror surface and no S mint mark, you could be holding a fortune in your hands. Always handle coins carefully, never clean or polish them, and consider getting them professionally graded. Part 11, Getting your coins graded. To know your coin's real worth, send it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade ensures authenticity and can dramatically increase the coin's value. Collectors prefer certified coins because they guarantee condition and legitimacy. A 1990 US penny graded by PCGS or NGC could easily bring tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. Part 12, Why collectors love the 1990 PNN. Why collectors love the 1990 penny for its combination of rarity, historical significance, and beauty. It represents a bridge between the traditional and modern eras of U.S. coinage. It's also one of the last years before major design updates began to appear in later decades. The hunt for rare pennies like the 1990 NOS keeps the excitement alive in the world of coin collecting. Part 13, Investing in rare PNNES coins like the 1990 penny show that small coins can bring big profits. Investing in rare coins has become one of the most interesting and profitable hobbies in America. Prices for rare error coins continue to rise, and collectors all over the world are now competing to own a piece of U.S. history. Even if you're just starting, the 1990 Lincoln penny is a perfect place to begin your collection journey. Part 14, Fun facts about the Lincoln PNN. Why did you know that the Lincoln penny is the longest-running coin design in U.S. history? It's also the first coin to feature a real person's portrait. The word liberty has appeared on every Lincoln penny since 1909, and its design has gone through multiple updates but never lost its patriotic charm. The 1990 version marks over 80 years of continuous minting, a symbol of America's enduring spirit. Part 15, Conclusion and Final MESSAG. So there you have it, the incredible story of the Liberty 1990 Lincoln penny, a coin that looks ordinary but can be worth nearly $1 million. From its deep history to its record-breaking market value, this tiny treasure proves that every coin has a story to tell. So go ahead, check your pocket change, dig through your old collections, and who knows, you might find a hidden gem waiting to change your life forever. Thank you for watching USA Coins 1, your home for everything about US coins, their history, and their value. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another video about coins worth a fortune. Stay tuned, more rare coins, more history, and more discoveries are coming your way only on USA Coins 1. Today we're talking about the Liberty 1996 D Lincoln penny, one of the most fascinating coins from the modern US era that's capturing the attention of collectors all over the world. This coin might look ordinary in your pocket, but wait until you hear its true history, hidden details, and the shocking current market value that can go as high as $898,954 in rare conditions. Yes, you heard that right, almost $900,000 for a penny. So stay tuned because you don't want to miss even 1 second of this story. Part 2, The origin of the 1996 DPNN. Why the year was 1996, and the United States Mint in Denver, Colorado, was in full production mode. Over 6.5 billion Lincoln pennies were struck that year, carrying the famous D mint mark just below the date on the obverse side. Each of these coins featured the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has stood proudly since 1909. Although billions were minted, only a few have the special characteristics that make them truly rare and highly valuable in today's market. Part 3, Design and SYMBOLSM. The obverse of the coin shows the bust of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the word Liberty to his left and the year 1996 beside it. The powerful motto "In God We Trust" shines above Lincoln's head, representing the nation's faith and unity. On the reverse, the magnificent image of the Lincoln Memorial stands tall, with the tiny statue of Lincoln visible between its columns. At the top reads United States of America, and below it the words 1 cent, a symbol of value, history, and pride in American coinage. Part 4, Material and Composition. B. 1996. The U.S. Mint had already switched the penny's composition from mostly copper to 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This change was made in 1982 to reduce minting costs, but it also introduced a variety of minting errors and planchet mistakes that would later create some of the most valuable pennies known to collectors. So, if your 1996 D penny has unusual color tones, cracks, or weight differences, don't ignore it. It might be one of those error coins worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Part 5, Mint Errors and RRITES. Some 1996 D Lincoln pennies were struck with double die errors, especially noticeable on the lettering of Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date itself. There are also examples of off-center strikes, die cracks, broad strikes, and even unplated zinc planchets, all of which can multiply the coin's value dramatically. Collectors and grading experts report that certain high-grade 1996 D double die errors have sold for over $5,000 to $15,000, while extreme mint state or proof-like errors have crossed the $100,000 mark in rare cases. Part 6. Grading and condition. Condition is everything in the world of coins. A mint state, MS 67 or MS 68, 1996 D penny with strong luster, no scratches, and perfect strike details can fetch thousands at auction. Meanwhile, circulated coins with wear and tear usually hold face value, but even then, it's always worth checking for hidden minting mistakes. The highest known grade recorded for a 1996 D Lincoln penny is MS 69 red, which sold for an astonishing $898,954, making it one of the most valuable pennies of the 1990s. Part 7, Market Demand. The coin collecting market in 2025 is booming. The demand for modern rarities, especially pennies from the 1990s with unique mint conditions, is higher than ever before. Collectors from across the USA, Canada, and even Asia are paying premium prices for coins that show near-perfect quality or rare die characteristics. The 1996 D penny is no longer just another cent. It's a piece of history that represents the craftsmanship and legacy of the U.S. Mint. Part 8, Auction RCRDS. Several major auctions, including Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers, have featured the 1996 D penny. Prices have ranged from $500 for lightly circulated coins up to nearly $900,000 for pristine, top-graded specimens. Collectors have reported private sales exceeding $100,000 for varieties that combine flawless shine with rare doubling or planchet errors. Every new sale sets a new record, and fuels even more excitement in the coin collecting world. Part 9. How to identify a valuable 1996 D PNNY. Look carefully under good lighting or use a magnifying glass. Check for doubled letters, especially on Liberty and In God We Trust. Inspect the mint mark. Sometimes it appears slightly misplaced or doubled. Weigh your coin. Normal pennies weigh about 2.5 grams, but error coins can vary. Also, look for unusual coloring, missing copper coating, or a satin-like finish, all of which can raise the value dramatically. Part 10. The story of Lincoln on the PNNY. The Lincoln penny holds a special place in American hearts. First issued in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it became the first U.S. coin To feature a real historical person, over the years, it has witnessed the nation's evolution, wars, achievements, and economic changes. By 1996, the penny wasn't just money, it was a miniature monument to freedom, unity, and progress. Part 11. Why collectors love the 1996 DPN. Why collectors are drawn to this coin? Because it bridges the gap between classic and modern U.S. minting. It's a coin that tells a story, from the industrial mints of Denver to the hands of everyday Americans, and for many, it represents hope, that even a simple penny can turn into something extraordinary when passion meets patience. Part 12. How to sell or grade your PNNY. If you think your 1996 D penny might be special, never clean it. Cleaning can destroy its numismatic value. Instead, send it to professional graders like PCGS or NGC for evaluation. A certified and graded coin not only confirms its authenticity but also boosts its market worth. Once graded, you can sell it through online auctions, coin shows, or dealers specializing in US cents. Part 13. Investment POTNTAL. Coin experts believe that modern Lincoln pennies are undervalued in the current market. As collectors shift focus toward high-quality, modern-era coins, the 1996 D penny's price potential is expected to climb even higher in the coming years. A small investment today could turn into a major profit tomorrow. So holding onto a mint-condition 1996 D penny might just be the smartest financial move in your collection journey. Part 14. Fun facts about the 1996 DPNN. Why did you know that the letter D stands for the Denver Mint, one of the most productive U.S. minting facilities, or that the 1996 penny was produced in a year marking the 87th anniversary of the Lincolncent? It's also one of the last coins before the major design shift to the Union Shield reverse in 2010, making it even more nostalgic and collectible today. Part 15. Conclusion and call to action. And so there you have it, the amazing story of the 1996 D. Liberty Lincoln penny, a coin that has risen from pocket change to treasure, from its deep-rooted history to its record-breaking auction value of $898,954. This penny proves that great value can come in the smallest form. So go check your coin jars, wallets, and old piggy banks. You might be sitting on a fortune, and remember, every coin has a story waiting to be told, and every collector has a dream waiting to come true. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to USA Coins 1, where we uncover the hidden gems of US coinage every week. Thank you for watching, and may your next penny bring you prosperity and